Manchester. Two stadiums. Two bitter rivals. One city divided by red and blue. The theater of dreams versus Sheikh Mansour's modern masterpiece. But beyond the heated debates and fierce loyalty lies a deeper story. Today, we're diving deep into every aspect of these iconic venues, from architectural brilliance to matchday atmosphere, from historic significance to modern amenities. Every corner explored, every detail analyzed to determine which truly deserves the crown of Manchester's finest stadium. This is Old Trafford versus the Etihad, a tale of two footballing cathedrals. To settle this, we're going to dive deep into every aspect of these two iconic grounds. From capacity and atmosphere to facilities and location, this isn't just a comparison, it's a clash of footballing ideologies. And by the end of this, you might find yourself questioning what truly makes a stadium special. Let's begin with Old Trafford. If there's one word that defines Manchester United's home ground, it's history. Opened in 1910, Old Trafford has been standing for over a century. It has hosted some of the most iconic moments in football, from George Best's dazzling runs to Sir Alex Ferguson's glory years. Walking into Old Trafford is like stepping into a living museum. Every corner of the stadium whispers stories of greatness, from the Busby Babes to Cristiano Ronaldo. But let's talk about something you may not often hear: the hidden history beneath these stadiums. Old Trafford, for instance, carries scars of the Second World War. During the war, it was bombed, leaving it in ruins and forcing Manchester United to temporarily play their games at Main Road, the home of none other than Manchester City. This twist of fate adds a layer of resilience to Old Trafford's story, making it more than just bricks and mortar. It's a symbol of survival. The Etihad, on the other hand, was born out of a completely different era, one of hope and regeneration. Built as part of Manchester's bid for the 2000 Olympics, it represents a city looking forward, reinventing itself for the future. These historical contrasts show how each stadium reflects not just its club's identity, but the very spirit of the city it calls home. With a capacity of over 74,000, the Old Trafford is the largest club stadium in England. That alone gives it a certain grandeur that few stadiums in the world can match. When full, the atmosphere is electric, especially on big European nights. The roar of the Stretford End, United's most passionate fans, is spine-tingling. It's a stadium designed for drama, and you feel it every time you step inside. But history and size aren't everything. Over the years, Old Trafford has come under scrutiny for its aging infrastructure. For all its charm, the stadium is showing its age. Fans have complained about cramped seating, outdated facilities, and poor accessibility. The roof leaks in certain areas, and the lack of investment in recent years has left parts of it looking tired. Some call it a relic, others call it a shrine. But there's no denying that Old Trafford's age is starting to catch up with it. Now, let's shift to the other side of Manchester, to the Etihad Stadium. Opened in 2003, it's the opposite of Old Trafford in almost every way. Built as part of Manchester's bid for the Commonwealth Games, the Etihad was initially an athletic stadium before being converted for football. While it doesn't have the same historical weight as Old Trafford, it more than makes up for it with modernity and functionality. The Etihad has a capacity of 53,000, making it significantly smaller than Old Trafford, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in comfort and innovation. Everything about the stadium feels sleek, from the wide concourses to the well-designed seating arrangements. Watching a match here is a noticeably different experience. It's cleaner, easier, and more efficient. And then there's the fan experience. Manchester City has gone to great lengths to make the Etihad more than just a football stadium. The surrounding Etihad campus includes training facilities, fan zones, and even entertainment areas. Match days here feel like an event, with activities and attractions that cater to families, casual fans, and diehards alike. The lighting displays, music, and pre-match build-up add a level of spectacle that Old Trafford simply can't replicate. But while the Etihad is undoubtedly more modern, it's often criticized for lacking atmosphere. The smaller capacity and a fan base that has grown rapidly in recent years mean that it struggles to match the intensity of Old Trafford on a good day. The infamous empty seats jokes aren't entirely without merit. There's a sense among some that the Etihad, for all its polish, lacks the soul and raw passion that make football stadiums special. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notifications. This helps us a lot. Don't miss any of our future videos about the world's mega projects. So, what about location? This is another area where the two stadiums differ greatly. Old Trafford is located in Trafford, just outside the city center. While it's relatively easy to access by tram or car, it feels slightly removed from the hustle and bustle of Manchester. The area around the stadium is fairly subdued, with a few pubs and restaurants, but nothing like the vibrant football neighborhoods you see in other parts of the world. For fans, the journey to Old Trafford is as much about tradition as convenience. The Etihad, on the other hand, is located in East Manchester, closer to the city center. The area around the stadium has undergone significant redevelopment, with new infrastructure and amenities popping up as part of the Etihad campus. It's easier to reach by public transport, and the facilities around it make for a more complete matchday experience. However, some argue that the corporate feel of the surroundings takes away from the authenticity of a traditional football ground. Another critical point of comparison is facilities. Old Trafford, for all its flaws, still retains a certain charm. The statues of club legends, the Munich Tunnel, and the sheer scale of the place make it awe-inspiring. But once you step inside, the cracks begin to show. From outdated toilets to limited food options, it's clear that Old Trafford is in need of a serious upgrade. Plans for redevelopment have been discussed, but nothing concrete has been announced. In contrast, the Etihad is a stadium designed for the modern fan. The seating is more comfortable, the sightlines are excellent, and the facilities are top-notch, from gourmet food stalls to massive screens. It's a venue that feels like it belongs in the 21st century. For families and casual fans, it's a far more inviting place. But for traditionalists, the lack of history and atmosphere can be a deal-breaker. When it comes to pitch quality, both stadiums are world-class. The groundskeeping teams at Old Trafford and the Etihad are among the best in the business, ensuring that the playing surface is always in top condition. Whether it's a rainy December evening or a sunny spring afternoon, you can count on the pitch to look pristine. Now, let's talk about the clubs themselves and how their philosophies are reflected in their stadiums. Manchester United is a club steeped in tradition. Their motto, youth, courage, success, embodies a legacy of nurturing talent and striving for greatness. Old Trafford is a perfect representation of this, proud, historic, and occasionally stubborn to change. Manchester City, on the other hand, is all about the future. Backed by immense financial resources, they've embraced innovation and ambition in every aspect of their operations. The Etihad reflects this modern outlook, sleek, efficient, and designed with growth in mind. It's a stadium built for a club that's aiming to dominate not just English football, but the global stage. So, which is better? That depends on what you value most. If you're someone who cherishes history, tradition, and atmosphere, Old Trafford is hard to beat. There's a magic to the place that you can't replicate, no matter how modern or comfortable a stadium is. But if you're looking for a smooth, hassle-free experience with cutting-edge facilities, the Etihad is the clear winner. Perhaps the real question isn't which stadium is better, but what kind of football experience you're looking for. Old Trafford and the Etihad represent two sides of the same coin, one rooted in the past, the other charging into the future. And in their own way, both are perfect. If you made it to the end of the video, comment on which stadium you like the most. If you enjoyed this video, click here to discover another rivalry comparison between two football giants, Real Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu and Barcelona's Camp Nou. See you there in a second.